Alright, I'm going to try and go as long as I can without going full rage mode, so we'll see just how long it takes.
Lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the...
What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the video. It has been quite a while since I have posted. It is now the 29th. It'll probably be the 30th by the time I get this out. I don't know, kind of iffy on that. Yeah, probably actually, because by the time I get this done and edited, it'll be like 8, so no one will be on. And so, yeah, probably won't come out until about the 30th. So, it's been over 2 weeks. It's definitely been over 2 weeks since I last posted. I knew I was gonna, when finals started coming around, that I wouldn't be able to make videos, and I probably would miss a week. But I didn't expect the holidays to be the problem, and the holidays were a problem. It was just 4 straight days, having no time to really do anything. I wasn't home, so then that happened, and then it's like I finally come back from that. I just wanted to, like, take a couple days off from everything. And now I'm finally back. So, and we come back with the video y'all have been waiting for, is the RCR rant. I'm not going to go on an insane rant. Like, if you guys have seen my Brian France rant, it's not going to be as good as that. I don't really have the anger in me to really go like cursing mode. So you don't hear me say like damn or shit. But besides that, I'm not going to go like full sicko mode, I guess you could say. But I'm probably going to get a little. You're probably going to tell a little bit of anger in my voice, but I'm not going to. I'm also like tired. If you can't tell by my just kind of my posture and all of that. I don't know what I'm saying. Like that's another reason why I'm tired. But yeah. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's video. And we're going to try and start off with the bright note, but I mean, it's impossible to be positive about this team and organization. But we'll try to start out with a positive note with Daniel Hamrick. Daniel Hamrick finished 25th in 2019, had an average finish of 22.5. He scored 1 top 5 at Talladega, and his other top 10 was at Pocono, where he finished 7th. He also won the Rookie of the Year by default because Ryan Preece wasn't really competing for it. I thought there was another rookie. I mean, Matt Tifft obviously was there, but Matt Tifft. It was some, I forget who it was. I think he was supposed to run like the 99 or something like that. Obviously, he wasn't going to compete, but still, I remember there was another rookie, but I never remember seeing him in a race. I still can't. It's like Tyler or Taylor. I remember it started with the T, his first name. I don't know what his last name was, but he never ended up actually running a race, I believe, which was kind of weird. But yeah, so that is Daniel Hamrick's 2019 stats. Now, I remember thinking just a couple weeks ago that Daniel Hamrick really showed promise, and he seemed like a driver that if he was given a couple more years in the Cup Series, even in that 8 ride, he would maybe develop into something nice. And I always use this as a crutch for like, well, you should have put Tyler Reddick instead of Austin Dillon, which will see me get into, detail in a little bit, but instead of Daniel Hamrick. But really looking at Hamrick's stats, they mirror that of Tyler Reddick, who, only raced 2 races all season and scored 1 top 10. I mean, it's not really that far off from it. And that's kind of alarming. And it does kind of draw back to the times back in, the Xfinity Series where he's never won a National Series race, or he maybe won a Truck Series race. Like, I'm not 100% positive on that. But he never won an Xfinity race. He just kind of sat there. He always got consistent results, but he never was able to break through and win. And I think that's something that as he's gone to the Cup Series, now he might give you consistent results, but these are consistent top 15s at the best, and top 20 to top 25 week in and week out, which is obviously not results you want to get from somebody. And he hasn't really shown much improvement since he came into the Xfinity Series, at least from what I know. So I think he'd be better suited in the Xfinity Series if he's able to, maybe improve in the Xfinity Series, show some growth, win a race for Christ's sake. Maybe then, a little bit of that rant getting ready, then maybe he'll be ready to move up. I think he's a talented driver. I just want to see him get that elusive win in order for me to be behind him and saying, yes, I think this dude can be a Cup Series driver. At this moment, I don't think he can be. And I don't actually blame RCR as much as I would have before looking at these stats for kicking him out of that 8 car. Now it's time for the rant. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to go through his stats first, and then we'll get to it. I literally have it on my script, rant. I didn't put conclusion like I usually do. I put rant. Austin Dillon's 2019 stats looked like this. His finish was 21st in the point standings. He had an average finish of 19.5. He had 6 top 10s. He had 3 poles, but all of his poles were in like the group qualifying system, so they pretty much do not count. Now you may look at it, the fact that he has more top 10s than Hamrick, and say, hey, had more top. I mean, he's the highest performing guy at his program, but that doesn't mean anything. Daniel Hamrick obviously is not the best guy to compare to, and we're going to go ahead and compare him to his peak year at 26 years old. You know, typically when you're at 26, you got, especially in NASCAR, you have plenty of time to develop, and very likely, if you do not see a improvement, you will see at least borderline to the stats that you saw in year prior. Usually you see growth. If you don't see growth, that may be a sign that you don't have a very good future in this sport. As we see his 2016 stats, he went for 4 top 5s and 13 top 10s. Now if we look at from 2016 on, he has not done anything but wins. His 2 wins are his only positive thing you can point to. And when we go to his 2 wins, one was a fuel strategy race. Shout out to you, you did it. You see it happen every once in a while. Fuel strategy wins races. But his other one, he had to dump Eric Almirola for it. If he did not dump Eric Almirola, maybe he would have won, but it would have been a lot less likely. And Eric Almirola, I would say, would be talented enough to hold off Austin Dillon in that situation and likely get the win. So really, if we're being honest here, he only has 1 win, and that 1 win was fuel strategy, which still I would only count as half of a win because you weren't the most dominant car out there. You just happened to save fuel, or I don't even remember watching the race, to be honest, because it's the Coke Zero 6 or Coke Zero. Coca-Cola 600. It's a long race. I probably fell asleep or just kind of lost interest or something like that. But he won that race. Shout out to him for that. But it's not really. It's just a fuel strategy race. It's not like he won it based on his talent. So those are the 2 positive things you can point to since 2016. He has regressed massively. Just in the next season, 2017, he went from 13 top 10s in 2016 to 4 top 10s in 2017. One of those being his win, of course, and then 3 top 5s from 4 top 5s the previous year. Obviously not as big of a dip, but still kind of a low number there, especially considering one of those was his win, so really 2 top 5s outside of that. Then we go on to 2018, and we see not really regression. Yes, he had 8 top 10s, so we saw a little bit, of a resurgence, but there's nothing really, it's still mediocre stats. It's not like we're going from mediocre to, above average, looking pretty good. We're going from abysmal in 2017 to not terrible, I guess, just mediocre, probably below mediocre in my opinion. And then we head on down to 2019, where he failed to get a top 5, obviously didn't win, and got 6 top 10s, which most definitely is not what we like to see, because that is not improvement, that is regression. And he is 29 years old, clearly has the ride for as long as he would like it. That Richard Childress is just so blinded by the fact that his grandson is in the number 3 car that he can't see that he's doing terrible in that car and is really running his organization into the ground. And I don't see a future or a future of RCR that is bright with Austin Dillon in that 3 car. And I don't know, I think personally they should just put that puppy back. I mean, I don't know, it's up to them. At the end of the day, I don't know if anybody really cares anymore, but I kind of feel it's a little bit disrespectful. If you're gonna field the 3 car, field it with somebody who's actually gonna be good. And I don't think Austin Dillon really is that. But enough about my going into him and stuff like that. I think that Austin Dillon needs to go. If you have to have a grandchild, you have another one in Ty Dillon. I'm going to be honest with you. And the reason why I'm kind of high on Ty Dillon, not really high on him, but I think he would at least do better than Austin Dillon in that car, is because he's improving. And like I said earlier, with Austin Dillon regressing, he's going backwards. That means he's probably not going to improve. I mean, he might regress. So might have regressed so far this season that it's hard to not improve next season. But he might, you know, be a little bit better. But what I'm saying is that Ty Dillon last year was not, you know, nobody even thought of him as being a contender for a top 20. You know, he was a back burner car, and while some races, most races, he probably was that, he had a couple races, but Bristol and Talladega, where he got those stage wins, where he was able to shine. I don't remember seeing Austin Dillon at all shine, besides those 3 poles that he got with the crappy group qualifying system. I mean, one of them, he simply got it because he won the second round because nobody else was trying the second round. So, yeah, the only time he shined was in qualifying. Besides that, you didn't hear about him all race long. Even when he had the pole, he just kind of faded into abyss after he lost the lead. After what, 20-some laps, maybe, if that, he would lose the lead. Didn't hear from him at all. But back to my point on Ty Dillon. Ty Dillon, you did not hear about him, you know, at all last season. I mean, you really forgot unless you wrecked or something about him. But this year, he did make slightly a name for himself. You did hear about him from time to time, having decent races, and really, he progressed from last season. And I'm saying that a lot. I'm sure it's getting annoying to this point, and I'm kind of just reiterating what I'm saying earlier, so I'm just going to kind of end it off on this note. You need to get a driver that's not getting worse as it goes on. I mean, Austin Dillon is still somewhat young in the NASCAR world. I mean, he's kind of in that middle type area, and he still has room to improve. He still has plenty of time to improve. He has eons and eons of room to improve. So if he keeps on getting worse, you gotta kick him out. And if he doesn't get kicked out, it's just a true proof that all it takes today is connections and backing. So hopefully he gets kicked out here soon, or hopefully he turns it around. If he turns it around, he turns it around. Woohoo! I'm not against him turning it around, but if he keeps on doing what he's doing, he just needs to be kicked out. And I'm just going to end it here because I'm just kind of reiterating the same stuff. You guys already know this, so let's go ahead and go to the outro. Guys, enjoy. I know it wasn't necessarily the unfiltered kind of rant that you guys were expecting. I don't know if there's really anything that's, you know, getting me so heated that I could go on one of those, but we'll have to wait and see. Still no news about Suarez. Hopefully he gets a ride, and I was hoping that RCR, you know, replace Austin Dillon. I knew that would never happen, but I wouldn't mind seeing Daniel Suarez in RCR. Maybe he'd finally turn on the Jets, but yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on Suarez. I'm hoping the best for him. And yeah, that's all I got for today. So make sure you like, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.